For more, I'm joined by Heela Najibullah, an author and researcher on reconciliation in Afghanistan and the daughter of former President Mohammad Najibullah. Thanks so much for speaking to us. After so many years post-Taliban now, it is so disappointing to hear how few women will actually participate in this election. But, I mean, given the restraints that our reporter just outlined there, is this the best Afghanistan can do?
I think Afghanistan has done quite good, especially in the past 18, 19 years since the fall of the Taliban, in ensuring that women participation takes place in Afghan political and social system. There's a lot at stake when it comes to election right now, because not only Afghan women, but Afghan people are subject to violence and threat by the Taliban, because they don't want the elections to be held. And at the same time, there is a matter of trust where the authorities need to ensure that this election is transparent, that it takes place in a legitimate way, that we do not have any kind of issues in the long run in terms of its legitimacy or the fact that there is false accusation of voting. So there's a lot at stake. But knowing Afghanistan and knowing my people, violence hasn't stopped them.
Right.
This is going on for a long period of time. And you never know how Afghan people will surprise you again in ensuring that they cast their vote and they can raise their voices again.
It's encouraging to hear that, and I'm glad you are optimistic, because we have heard so much pessimism, especially in the face of the Taliban campaign of violence to intimidate voters. But listen, I want to ask you about your father's legacy here. He was, as we said, the president of Afghanistan before he was actually murdered by the Taliban in 1996. The anniversary of his assassination is actually tomorrow. I imagine you feel fortunate that he gave you an opportunity to get an education as an Afghan woman, and in spite of whatever controversy, he advocated for a policy of national reconciliation. Let me ask you today if you think lessons were learned at all from his successors and failures as president.
Well, his legacy is his vision of peace for Afghanistan. That's something that was above his political party activism. And it was for Afghanistan, it was for national unity, it was for the future, progressive future of the country. And this is something that the Afghans have recognized. They understand it today. They also realize that the biggest lesson the Afghans have learned, but I don't know if the international community has been able to reflect on this, is the regional players and international players in matters of Afghan politics. I mean, one of the major issues at that point of time was the fall of his government, which, of course, was instigated very much by what was happening by the regional countries, whether it was Pakistan or Russia or the rest of them. Hence, today, we should not have a discourse of peace versus democracy, because they go hand in hand, and Afghan people are aware of this. And this is why it's important that his vision can be, materialized if people truly seek peace, and that, I mean, international community as well. So that's his legacy for me, and I will cherish it as long as I live.
Okay, Heela Najibullah, I wish we had more time, but unfortunately we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us from Kabul. We appreciate it.